And the doctor, Ted's told this, it makes me almost want to cry. He's authorized me to say this. The doctor's God, though, and they went and tested his blood. They said, you have vitamin K in your blood. And he said, yeah. And they go, no leafy vegetables. Well, I'm taking this Beyond Tangy Tangerine. He didn't even want to see the bottle. They just said, no. Well, I mean, no wonder his dad's got his skin rotting off. He's basically got scurvy. They put him on Coumadin, even though he's never had a stroke. And the doctor's God, and now his dad doesn't know who he is. Now, I hate to have a sales pitch on that, but it's true. We can save lives here. Okay, this is a win-win-win-win-win. Sure, it funds the InfoWar. You get discounts at InfoWarsTeam.com or InfoWarsHealth.com, but that isn't even what matters. I'm watching my mother, who's a triathlete, go back 10 years in her health and everything. I mean, she's going to do a testimonial. I've been too busy. My dad was like, oh, yeah, vitamins. He's like, wow, these are good. I mean, what's going on here? I mean, the system has to know all this. If my dad knew this from taking biology at UT about trace elements and stuff needed with all the other vitamins, they've got to know. So they're covering this up so we will be sick.
Well, they fired Dr. Wallach in the 70s because he discovered the cause and the cure for cystic fibrosis. He discovered that it was caused by a selenium deficiency in the pregnant mother, and they fired him. And that's why Dr. Wallach chose on purpose to set Youngevity up as a networked business, because he knew right from the get-go that the front door of medicine is guarded by Big Pharma. So guess what? We're going through the back door with a grassroots coalition of the informed.
That's right. We're going to come back on the other side and continue with the diabolical history of this. And then I'm going to ask the question, why are the trace elements needed? Like a tiny amount of arsenic. Yes, that's in some of the products. We'll explain this when we come back. Stay with us. My friends, it is so diabolical what's happening. I've got some other key questions for our guest who joins us right now. The USA is 50th in the world for longevity now. We used to be right up at the top, some of the longest lived. Number of class action lawsuits against drug companies exploding, Alzheimer's skyrocketing. There's a whole bunch of stuff we got to move through quickly here with Dr. Peter Glidden. And again, he is the host of a Monday through Friday show right here on the GCN Radio Network. Find out more at GCNlive.com, 4 to 5 p.m. Central. Absolutely essential. FireYourMDNow.com is his site. Again, continuing here, explain what the Mighty 90 are. Explain, because a lot of other mineral companies, well, most of them, I've seen some of the really top of the line, though. I noticed this at Whole Foods, too. They will have a little bit of arsenic, a little bit of this and that. And I remember years ago researching that and finding out, now correct me if I'm wrong, if you don't have those, they don't unlock the vitamins and minerals working together because that stuff is naturally out there. And so that's why it's in there. That's why it works so well. And also the longevity vitamins and minerals, they're not synthetic, made in a factory that's the byproduct of the chemical industry. So many of the vitamins you buy are from synthetic dead sources. They can call it vitamin A, they can call it vitamin K, but it's not really. So explain that to people because, I mean, it's on some of the tags that some of these trace elements are there in just absolutely infinitesimal amounts on purpose. And people are like, I found this, I've caught you. When from my research, that's what makes it so good is that it actually has everything. Explain that to us.
Well, you don't know what you don't know. And in the wonderful world of biochemistry, especially when it comes to nutritional biochemistry, there's only a handful of people in the whole country that have a clue and that have any clinical experience with this, right? So the thing about Youngevity's nutritional supplements, the thing about any nutritional supplement is the recipe, right? It's just like wine. All wine is made from grapes. But there's a great deal of difference between Annie Boone Springs green apple wine and a nice, California Cabernet. They're all made from grapes. Well, what's the difference? Well, how they're made, where the grapes came from, like chicken soup. What's the difference? The recipe. The great thing, I've been doing this, Alex, for 24 years. I have been involved with holistic medicine for 24 years. I used to work for a vitamin company that only sold to doctors, high-quality nutraceutical vitamins. And as God is my witness, since I have been using the Youngevity supplements and following Dr. Wallach's methods, I don't even know what planet I'm on anymore because the results that I've seen with my patients are breathtaking and eclipse anything that I had previously seen. And there has to be a reason. Well, what's the reason? The reason is the Youngevity nutritional supplements are formulated from $25 million of federally funded research, 26,000 autopsies, 10 million blood chemistries and histopathologies, and then over 3 decades of clinical application by licensed naturopathic physicians. We are the ones in the world who are trained in the therapeutic application of this stuff. This is our wheelhouse. We know this stuff cold. And, you know, when you know your stuff and you put together the right recipe, it generates results. And results is the key. In the last year, the longevity company has increased its sales by 1,100% in this economy. Why is that? Because it works. Why does it work? Because it is informed by science and clinical.
That's right. It's traded on the stock market. If people don't know, you can go read their corporate quarterly report. Just came out last week. I was reading it. A lot of that's also our show promoting it, but it was already growing exponentially, buying up hundreds of other vitamin and mineral companies that Dr. Wallach, looks at and, knows has the formula. That's why everything is there at InfoWarsHealth.com. Now explain what the trace elements do, why some of the products have small amounts of things that people have been taught are poisonous.
Well, because, they've been taught that these things are poisonous by people that have no clinical experience with medical nutrition, and this is the problem. We get medical doctors telling people about vitamins even though they have no training.
Yeah, they're saying don't even take vitamin K. They're saying that's poisonous. Yeah.
Well, there should be a law against that. There should be a law, but the medical doctor can say whatever the heck they want because we've been brainwashed for 100 years.
Why do you want a tiny amount of arsenic? Why do you want a tiny amount of arsenic?
Because your body needs it, because it's cardioprotective. Arsenic actually helps your body to prevent the formation of leukemia. It's anti-cancer, right? You need a little bit of 90 essential nutrients. There are 90 essential nutrients that the human body needs, and you can't get them from food. It's only a matter of time until your body runs out of something, and then something breaks, and then you go to a medical doctor and he throws a drug at it. That's why we have a problem.
Isn't arsenic a treatment for a whole bunch of stuff? I mean, isn't it used to treat cancer?
It is. Arsenic is. It used to be used to treat cancer in very progressive hospitals before chemotherapy came about in Boston. You need a little bit of arsenic. You need a little bit of lead. Your DNA is made from lead. If you don't have enough lead, you're not going to have good DNA. You need little bits of nutrients, across the board. Now, listen, too much of anything will kill you. Too much sunlight will kill you. Too much calcium will kill you. Too much of anything will kill you. But it is virtually
Well, that's right.
impossible.
Isn't there a compound that breaks down into cyanide in the pits of cherries and other fruits? And that's a well-known cancer treatment, and it's been connected to super advanced longevity, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. And see, all of this medical nutrition stuff is in the domain of information that people didn't even know they didn't know. And there's only a handful of us in the country that have clinical and scientific experience with this. This is cutting edge stuff, folks. This is not old-fashioned medical nutrition. This is new-fashioned medical nutrition. Guess what? You need a little bit of arsenic. You need a little bit of lead. You need a little bit of chromium. And you need the full complement of 90 essential nutrients.
But instead, they give us massive amounts of fluoride that blocks all that out. And according to even medical doctors I've had it on, like Dr. Blaylock, it is actually an adjuvant accelerating all the other artificial chemicals they put in the water on purpose. Explain what fluoride does in the body.
Fluoride decreases your IQ. They did a retrospective study 20 years ago when they took 2 villages in India. And the only difference there were about 25,000 people in each village. The only difference was that in one village had fluoridated water, the other one did not. After they started fluoridating the water in that one village, within 5 years, the IQ of the people in that village had significantly reduced. If you're drinking fluoridated water, you are being dumbed down.
Now, continuing along this line, where do you expect all of this to go? How bad do you expect all of this to get as it comes out that Big Pharma knowingly is killing us, when it comes out they're eugenicists, when it comes out that all the ultra-rich already knew about trace elements, and they had my studies 50 years ago. They already know about all this. What's going to happen? I mean, will they just keep getting away with it forever, or is there any type of reckoning?
No, there's no type of reckoning. They're going to keep getting away from it forever. For goodness sake, Bayer aspirin, the Bayer Pharmaceutical Company, was a member of a coalition of German pharmaceutical companies in World War II. They built a pharmaceutical plant next to one of the concentration camps. They used the inmates to experiment on. They used the inmates to make the Zyklon B gas that killed the Jews and the Gypsies and everybody else in the concentration camps. And now, one of the companies that did that, one of the companies complicit in war crimes, is selling your children aspirin for a profit in the United States. There is so much money and control in the pharmaceutical industry that trying to fight them head on is a fool's errand. That's why Youngevity was set up as a grassroots network marketing company, because we're not going through the front door. We can't fight Big Pharma. Nobody can. How are we going to beat them? We're going to stop using them. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're suffering from a chronic health condition, the best possible thing you can do is fire your MD, join Youngevity, get on board with Dr. Wallach's nutritional supplements, his health recovery formulas, because healing is easy. It's easy, folks. We need to build a grassroots coalition of the informed, so you recover your health and you tell your friends and your family and your church members, and before you know it, your whole town is on this bandwagon, and before you know it, your whole state is on this bandwagon, and everybody's getting healthy. And that's how we're going to do it, because we get results where nobody else does. And that's what gets me out of bed in the morning. There's no way on God's green earth we are ever going to be able to fight the pharmaceutical industry. So what do? Just say no to drugs.
I agree with you. And again, folks, you can sign up and get discounts, free shipping, you name it, all available at InfoWarsHealth.com. We've launched that new site. We also have InfoWarsTeam.com if you want to become a distributor. But you can sign up both places to get the discounts. You can sign up for auto ship and get free shipping, all at InfoWarsHealth.com. That is the new site. And the other site's great, but this one works even better and is easier to navigate. You can also call if you have any questions. They can help you sign up for auto ship or become a distributor, and we'll put that number briefly here back on screen, and I will read that to people. 877-551-1301, 877-551-1301. I promote in the free market and free exchange of ideas and our ancient basic human right of free association, things I use, things I believe in. You know, guns I believe in, water filters I believe in, and that's how we fund ourselves. I promote what I use, what I take. The whole office uses the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, the Pollen Burst Plus. I mean, I've got, dentists that work with my dad all on it, freaking out how good it is. It's all available at InfoWarsHealth.com or InfoWarsTeam.com, and I want to challenge you to go there today. But again, it's a big part of the solution. The globalists do not want us. Look, alternative health is the fastest growing thing in this country. It's panicking the globalists. We've got to race and get bigger than they are and get strong so we can defeat them. We have to have capital. That means you have to have capital, and you have to have health. We believe in defeating the enemy through prosperity. They tell you that you're supposed to, if you're fighting corruption, live under a bridge or, live out in the wilderness or something. No, we are here to occupy. We are here to take America back from the globalists that have hijacked it. We are restorationists, okay? In the spirit of liberty, the spirit of 1776. We're the good guys. And it's so easy to be good. It's so easy. There's all these great blessings out there. There's all these wonderful things out there. There's all these things that work. Just do the opposite of what the globalists say and you'll do great. I mean, it's really pretty darn simple. The globalists are for it. I'm against it. I mean, it really comes down to that in the final equation. But go to InfoWarsHealth.com and watch the video of Aaron Dykes, because we have him on TV over the year. So we have all the clips of him losing. In fact, Aaron's getting back from visiting his girlfriend in Germany. We met at Bilderberg a year and a half ago protesting him and covering it. And